Yummy?
Yep.
You having fun?
Yep.
Good. What are we gonna do today?
Go to the pool.
So were you expecting chocolate to be growing on trees?
Nope. Why? Why?
They'll show us how chocolate. I think this...
So you can do that? Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Hey, Tom.
What?
What's up?
I don't know why you always film every day, but
Why what?
you film every day, Mr. Velcro.
That's what dads are supposed to do.
Yeah, true.
You'll thank me later.
No, what are you guys talking about?
Well, that's... You're a little too close to the camera.
Yeah, right. I said.
It's alright. Oh, here comes Mommy. Here, she changed her mind.
Can I have a hat and glasses? Ignoring me when they were trying to hug you.
Here, I'll hug you.
I'm here. You don't need 2 hats. Give me that. Alright.
Let's mess around with Mommy.
What? Where's my hug?
Wait, can I have a hug? There, thank you. Hey, Tommy. Come on, get on.
No, Emma, stop it.
You wanted it. So you
said
have
no.
it.
No, Emma.
You want to wear it?
No one.
Should we carry their waters with us?
I want you to carry it.
Wear it, Mom.
Wait, can I have this for a second?
Anyone else carrying water?
Well.
Noni fruit.
Yeah, that's actually the yeah. Blue cheese steaks. You're welcome. It's a bit harsh, pops. That might be the next fruit.
Oh yeah.
It's an odd flavor. It's not bad, it's not great, it's like just weird. And it definitely numbs your tongue, like you said.
Huh.
Like a little...
Yeah, it's definitely numb. I feel like I've gone to the dentist.
But this is actually very healthy for you to consume. There's a lot of antioxidants in it, supposed to be good for your liver. But I'm happy to report this has nothing to do with the chocolate industry. Okay? And this will probably be hopefully, the worst thing you eat on the trip today. Now, as I was saying, food, medicine, because of that anesthetic that's in there, you can paste it up, put it on a minor injury, helps numb the pain. The company on Oahu now is using this as a base for one of those pain creams. So it's still in use. At one time, when we first purchased this property, there was an entire acre of this plant here. But because it's not viable to us, we've removed it, planted with more cacao and limes and pomegranates and things that are important to our business. As I was saying, food, medicine, clothing. So you could take this tree, remove this outer layer of bark, scrape that subdermal layer, pound it together, dry it, and make what becomes known as kapa cloth out here in Hawaii. So it's vitally important for them to bring this because they're crossing the Pacific and they don't know what they're going to find at a new destination. They had to bring things like this with them. And then when they could discover what is in their new environment, what can we use alternatively to this, or do we keep farming it? Anybody have a question?
How old is that tree?
This one's about 8 years old or so. They grow really quick. So they'll usually start producing fruit within a year. Now, everybody know what this big tree is behind us?
Is it macadamia?
No. It's a good guess.
I see, it looks like a maple.
It does kind of look,
The leaves.
but definitely not a maple.
Oh, that's a separate tree, isn't it? The papaya?
Yeah, that's a separate.
Yeah, those are papayas there. But you will see things growing up in the tree, like all through here.
Oh yeah, I see some up directly. It's not a fig, is it?
No, no, not a fig.
Oh, is this macadamia? No.
No?
Yeah, I know.
like kiwi.
Nope, nope. All good guesses. But this is, in fact, a kukui nut tree. And I'm sure all of you have seen the kukui nuts out in the marketplace. They polish these up real bright and make the light necklaces with them.
Yeah.
Now, like noni, this is not native either. And this was also brought here by some of the voyagers. Well, of course, they're not bringing big trees, just little starts. They come and plant these out. But one, they consider this to be a canoe-grade wood. Now, this tree is only about 25 years old or so. It's still fairly young yet. But they would, in fact, use this tree to make canoe parts out of it. More importantly, though, is the kukui nut, which is edible. Or rather, the rinds you see growing up in the tree. Inside those rinds, it's full of kukui nut oil. And they can process that into a fuel source. And they can render it down into a type of varnish, and paint the canoe hulls with it, keep them preserved a little bit better. Now, kukui nut oil these days, what's in the cosmetics markets, skincare creams and lip balms. Now, this is another tree that we don't utilize in the chocolate company. This was originally planted here by the original owner. Where's a decorative tree. However, from my end of Puna Chocolate, the agricultural end, this tree now represents itself as a barrier tree. We have an invasive insect out here, the Queensland longhorn beetle, and it will kill the cacao trees. So it's been out here about 5 years or so. Now, cacao gets to Hawaii in the 1830s. Some samples are brought out. 1850s, the Hawaiian monarchy sends out their physicians/botanists on a whole Pacific-wide tour to collect botanical specimens, bring things back here. What can we grow for food? What can be used medicinally? And there was a thought at that time, cacao could help alleviate some of the effects of leprosy. Now, clearly it doesn't do that, but they do begin farming it. It is very small scale farming out here, right? Would anybody hazard a guess as to what would be the major crop in Hawaii, late 1850s?
From the 1850s.
Is it macadamia nut?
No, no,
1850s.
no.
Sugar.
Sugar cane. Sugar cane is king. Now, pineapple is being grown out here and it will increase in size, but sugar cane is the major crop. So it's taking up all the arable land. So cacao is kind of, it's a hobby, an interest, it sits in the backwater. And the development of cacao agriculture here is very slow. Matter of fact, from that point in the 1850s all the way to the 1980s, very little changes. But in 1982, a man named Walsh comes to Big Island, and he introduces trees that were actually grown in Borneo. Plants some heloside. About 5 years later, 87, 88, he invites the Hershey's Company to come out and take a look at things. The Hershey's Company comes to Big Island. They like what they see, and they begin planting their own orchards. They invite local farmers. Start planting, because, this is your market. Sell to us, life's going to be great. So local farmers begin planting, but unfortunately, within about 3 years, Hershey's decides, a little expensive for us. So they kind of pull up and leave and abandon their trees.
Wow.
Now, would anybody guess where Hershey's, or companies like Hershey's, is getting most of their cacao? Africa, where they are paying just mere pennies on the pound for it, right? Unfortunately, Africa is one of the major abused regions of the world, and they do still have slave labor there that work in a lot of the plantation farms. Okay, now Hershey's leaves. One of the last of the original Hershey orchards got bulldozed down maybe 8 years ago over outside of Callao, other side of the island. But in any event, the farmers have been planting for them. Now have to decide what are they going to do. There's a lot of them, oh, we'll just cut these trees down. They're no more use to us. Some actually, let's let them go. And it's those trees that are let go that become really important for us. Because cacao is an equatorial rainforest plant. It grows best within the equator, 10 degrees north or south of the equator. But Hawaii is 20 degrees north. We're the North Pole for cacao. We're the kind of end of the line. Trees will develop a little bit more slowly here. The harvesting's different. But the trees that are left and adapt to this environment do really well. So a lot of the trees that we have are propagated from those original plants. Now, in the world, there is 3 main varieties of cacao, 26 sub-varieties. And on this farm, there are 600 cacao trees. But all of them are just of 2 varieties. And these 2 varieties are used by the chocolate industry around the world mainly. Now, I'm assuming we've all eaten chocolate?
Yes.
Yeah. And if we've
Little bit.
all eaten chocolate, there's a greater chance that we've had chocolate made from this variety of cacao. This is a Forastero. Across the world, Forasteros produce about 85% of the world's chocolate supply. These are heavy producing trees, fairly disease resistant, easy to care for. But it'll produce chocolate that will have a flavor that we're all going to be familiar with, okay? Versus these trees. So this one, the Forastero, will produce a green pod that turns yellow when it's ripe. These trees here are Trinitaros. So there's one here, there's one over here. We'll pass more. They produce a purple pod that will turn red or orange when it's ripe. Now Trinitaros are all hybrids. They're developed in Trinidad in the late 1700s. Okay, but they are a mixture of Forasteros and Criollo cacao. Are you guys familiar with Criollo?
No.
No. Yeah. Well, Criollo is considered to be one of the main varieties, and there's actually 5 separate varieties of Criollos. But chocolate made from pure Criollo is going to taste very different than a Forastero cacao. Okay? Chocolate made from this tree. So the idea was, the hybridization of this, make it a heavy producer from this parent, but develop the Criollo flavor from the Criollo cacaos. And it worked. It worked very well. But here in Hawaii, it doesn't work at all. These trees will taste, or the chocolate made from them will taste just like Forasteros here. And we think it's really environmental. It's just cooler here. They don't develop the Criollo flavor. Criollo cacao nominally is a much weaker tree. They produce far less, a little bit harder to care for. So it favors the Forastero. And we know these tasting notes are the same because we've done experiments other companies have. They'll harvest this tree for the year. They'll make the chocolate. We'll do the same with this. So we know the tasting notes are the same. But we do grow our own Criollos. We have Theobroma bicolors. We have Amelendos. But they're always kept separate from these. They're never mixed together. Only turned into their own chocolates. Anybody have a question?
What are all these little things on the ground?
Oh, we're going to get to them.
Right.
Anything else?
Why grow it if it's harder to grow in the same
That
taste?
is a very good question. A lot of this begins to develop further as the major crops that are here begin to decline. So sugarcane, the industry gets moved out of Hawaii. Pineapples get moved out of Hawaii. So people are looking for supplemental crops to come in. Now, of course, we have coffee. Coffee's been here a long time as well, but what can you fit in between your coffee orchards? And cacao, since it does develop here, has turned into a pretty good industry currently. Any other questions?
The flesh around,
Well, go ahead.
the flesh around the seed pods, they're edible, right?
Yes.
Which tree, or how can you tell if it's ready for picking?
Very good. Normally, look at the colors of the pods, okay? So you can see all these ones down here, and these two nice yellow ones. So those would be right. But you can also tell, you can do what's called a scratch test. So you can see this one's green, scratch it. It's green underneath, so it's not right. If it were yellow, then you would want to pick it. And occasionally that does happen. They don't change the color of the strengthen out in that green shell. Yeah.
What does it taste like?
Oh, we're gonna get to that too. I promise.
So my question is, you said you guys have only been here like 5 years. What was here before you?
All this.
Was it somebody's personal
Yes.
property?
Yep.
Okay.
So about 3.5 years ago, we came out here. The original owner, he was up in his 80s and wanted to retire. And so I started working with him so I could learn like the irrigation systems out here when the company purchased it. But we got this specifically for another crop we're going to talk about.
What we got here?
It's a nut covered in chocolate.
Oh, ooh. Let's see you eat it. You actually gonna eat this one?
I ate the last one. Like,
Everybody gets, they got some more.
Macadamia nut with
Poured
chocolate.
enough out.
Do with a couple more.
Everybody's like,
Can't believe these things are melting already too.
What you think, Tom?
It's hot here.
he's like,
It is.
Like it?
but is it really that hot? Here, Lucy, did you get one?
I didn't, but I'll let Tom eat mine.
Oh, wow. Oh, those are good.
You can eat it.
oh, right, you're vegan.
Yeah, those are really good.
Not that vegan.
I'm not that vegan. I'm not that vegan.
Mama, have you ever tasted this?
Yeah? This is my favorite one.
Who do you want to? Do you think we should give one to Mom?
I think you guys
Ice
are.
packs.
I do have one in here.
Bigger ice packs.
Yeah, apparently.
Lord.
Milk chocolate, of course, has a very low melting point.
Yeah, it gets soft.
Yep. Yeah. Still frozen.
Throw it in a bag. You need a cooler.
It's good.
Good.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out the
Anybody have any questions about Mac?
overheating issues.
Yes.
Oh, I'm good. Thank you.
Now, have you all been out and about shopping? Have you seen Mac nuts for sale? And what are the prices?
Ooh. Tommy's like, more chocolate.
They are expensive. Why? Why are Mac nuts expensive?
Yeah, let me see if Emma wants one. Emma, you want one?
You want to know one?
Nothing new.
They are, yes.
ate two.
Anyone else
But
want one?
unfortunately, what's driving costs
Kind of melty.
It's a little melty.
is
But
one of the main roasters has shut down. It closed down a year or so ago. EPA shut them down. And they're not scheduled to reopen for about 5 years. And they're not buying any more local crop. They're importing Mac nuts now. So finding, a bag of just 100% Hawaiian Mac nuts is getting a little bit harder. They usually say mixed or blended on them. The other thing we have going on is there's a fungus out here now killing Mac nut trees. And currently there's no cure for it. We've lost some here. Has anybody heard of the rapid ohia death out here? It's a fungus killing native ohia trees. It's actually a mutated version of this fungus, and it's spread by the wild pigs and the feral goats. As they're rooting around, gets caught up in between their toes, and it introduces the soil, gets into the root system, cuts off the nutrients, kills the tree. So there is talk, if something can't be done to turn this around, Mac nuts might disappear out here. It's really virulent. But unfortunately, it's pushing price up. It's not the people just trying to gouge you all because you're out here visiting.
So if we pick up a couple of these that are broken up and take them home and wait 2 months, would they be edible, or they're edible at this point? Well, they'd be dried up.
Right, so you want to sit and let them dry out a little bit if you want them that. But it takes about 300 psi to open them. So you have to have a
300
one of those
PSI.
sand crackers, one of those levered ones, or if you're, well, you don't have to be careful. You can put them in a pillowcase and whale them with a hammer. They'll open them up. See.
Got Sawzall at home.
Oh, that'll work.
Drive a
Yeah,
car
put a
over
little
them.
vice inside it.
Put mine in a bag. And then I just have to unzip.
But when you look at them, that one probably wouden't be a viable one. Yes, so because since they're producing all year and they're dropping continually.
Oh, and I wasn't taking a picture. I was going to video taking you.
So, yep.
Smile. I did take a picture of my
Yep. Anybody who picks these up though, all right? Because they're split. I have found are the small centipedes living in these. You just kind of be careful. They're usually too small. They can't really bite you, but the centipedes out here are venomous, so
Ooh,
just be mindful.
good to know.
No, they have to begin to dry.
No, he wasn't, Mom.
Why'd the EPA shut that guy down for 5 years?
Well, they were saying they were too polluting. Their roaster was fired on the dried out hull and created a lot of smoke, obviously. So they were trying to go to a whole new solar power setup. And I guess, yeah, it's going to be a few years for their...
Big install, a lot of engineering, then all the approvals. And
Exactly.
that's a long, 6 years, a long time.
Yep. Right, any other questions?
It's cool.
Okay, well, we're going to head up this way and get into this orchard.
Ooh. All right.
What type of trees are these?
Let's find out.
Right, as we're walking in here, can anybody tell me what these trees are?
Coffee.
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 And where in the world does coffee originate from?
No, it's like Southeast Asia?
Nope.
China.
Nope.
Arabia?
Japan.
Close.
I
Japan.
don't know.
Africa.
Somewhere in Africa.
Yes, Ethiopia.
Oh, okay, yeah, it is
Right.
close.
So, origin point, Africa. And like all these other crops, get spread out through the world. Now, coffee here in Hawaii is introduced in the 1820s. And the samples that are brought over at that time were brought in from Brazil and planted. And all these trees, and there's 3,000 coffee trees on this farm. These are all the Typica Konas. It's a variety of Arabica, but this is, yeah, Kona coffee. Who likes coffee? Right? I love this stuff.
Love it.
I will consume more coffee than I eat chocolate.
I don't know about that.
But I really like them together. All right, now you can see there's fruit coming on these trees. We get 2 harvests a year, primary and a secondary. Our last harvest, which we finished up or June, towards the end of February, beginning of March, was 11,000 pounds of coffee was the yield from that harvest. But it takes about 2.5 months to do a harvest because coffee, like cacao, does not ripen at the same rate. So when you're out here, you're looking for a cranberry red colored cherry. Pick those off, you come back the next week, get some more, so forth and so on. So it takes quite a bit of time, and it has to be done by hand. Now, what you see around, you see a lot of mess on the ground. You do a lot of pruning here, because you don't like all this secondary extra growth coming out. It takes away from the development of the beans on the tree. They're putting effort into growing more shoots, so we keep these fairly well pruned out. Now all these trees are still a little bit oversized. When we got this farm 3 years ago, a lot of these trees were pushing 12, 14 foot tall.
Yeah, I thought that would be taller.
Yeah, and you really don't want that. You really want your coffee like 5 foot is your ideal height. So yeah, we're slowly trimming these down, stumping them. Ideally, you want to stump coffee trees every 3 years. You do about 1/4 of your orchard, cut it down low, let it grow back. As you get a longer agricultural use out of it. They'll generally produce more fruit for a while. But versus planting one, so if you stump it, about in a year it'll be producing again. If you plant one from rootstock, it takes about 5 years for it to begin to produce. Similar to cacao. Cacao, you plant one 3 to 5 years. Mac nuts are 7 to 10 years. But coffee and cacao work very well together. They're processed very similarly. You can even use the same equipment if you chose to. But for us, we don't really have too many handy red ones here yet. You harvest these. At the end of the day, take them to our processor. And it's about a mile over there. They get this outer skin removed. They pulp cleaned up. They get sized and weighted. And then they're ready for drying and then roasting and milling and then sent back to us. Similar to cacao processing. But time you do a harvest, and again similar to cacao, it's about 3 to 4 weeks later you get your finished product out of it. Now with coffee, I'm sure all of you have seen prices of coffee out there. That's pretty crazy. A lot of that is labor.
All right, we are at Spencer Park Beach. It was nice and not windy when we got here. Now it's got the wind's picked up a little bit. Lifeguards in. Emma stumped her toe, so she's upset and has been crying for the last 30 minutes. We'll probably head back to the hotel here in a minute. But let's capture some of the family moments.
We don't end the family trip for our bad.
Oh, but we do, Mommy. Hey, Emma, you are on Funk TV.
Yeah, I don't care.
Here, let me see. You want to show me the alley? Can you show me your alley? Is that your alley? Yeah, let's get it on there.
Were you trying to get my alley on the camera? No.
Yep. All right, we got the alley. We're gonna get that all band-aided up, right, Emma?
That's not a word.
Band-aided? I just made it up.
Bandaged.
He said band-aided. That's not a word.
Tommy, you having fun?
No, it's banded.
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 Mommy, you having fun?
So much fun.
Good. We should do this more often. Go
You're
to a
so-
pretty beach.
It's fun for me to. Oh, so you think it's fun for
How's
me?
my suntan lotion looking? Good.
Oh, so you think it's fun for me to
SPF
get
50.
owie here?
How does she not have, her skin's not as white as ours.
You're soaked in.
Well, how come mine's like smeared all over?
You overdo it.
Yours is white too. But
And
Yeah.
she at the beginning of her.
I'll rate your guys' skin.
I don't know.
Go on your
she's
face.
been in the shower.
I'm gonna rate it on
You got in
your
the shower?
Although Tommy had a more thorough shower than she did, actually.
Wait, what?
We're wondering why you're so, like, you and Daddy and maybe me, so white from the sunscreen, but Emma's not.
I think Tommy's the most whitest. His skin is more
you're
bright.
calling me not black.
Right. I believe you.
I wonder if I put this here.
Right. Please, I'm gonna take your job.
Actually record.
Hey, Mama, what's my favorite app?
Your favorite what?
Or
Snapchat. YouTube.
That is not Roblox or YouTube.
What is it?
You have to guess.
Disney. Netflix.
it's on.
Not anything you can watch. Something you can play on.
Roblox.
I said not Roblox.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm out of guesses. Can you go ahead and tell me?
Got this like white spot right here. me rub that in.
What's that other one?
Daddy's trying to put me to sleep in.
Got it.
One of you take this. Wait, no. You guys are gonna complete the challenge.
Okay, what's the challenge?
You guys cannot watch or play anything, or you guys cannot do anything on your electronics.
That's the challenge?
Yep.
Well, if we do that, you have to do that.
We do that, you do that.
Nope.
All
it's
day.
a challenge for both.
All day.
No,
Even
you
at night.
guys.
That
You
would be
guys.
hard.
For you. You guys. You guys. You guys. Okay, just give them a gold.
If you gave me a printed book to read, I could do that.
Yeah. You want to read books?
Calling it's on my books or on my phone.
How about you guys are gonna compete in the house?
I would win. Mom, that's like too easy. There's no way.
Can't eat
Dad.
vegan food.
Oh, okay, well, I'd lose. Dad would
Okay, you guys can't eat vegan food.
Dad would just live off of ice cream.
Yep.
Habit I need to change.
That's a habit.
After the vacation.
Oh, that's pretty good.
There's ice cream down by the pool, you know.
Ice cream, or talking about the soft serve stuff?
No, like the behind the counter, scoop it up.
Oh, really? Where?
That place I got their lunch, the marketplace.
Guys, when will we leave?
Alright.
Soon.
What?
Are you done with your review?
Do you want one? I've got more.
Oh, you got one? Oh, I just figure if Emma's not
I
going to
fit
drink
a
it
lot
all.
of
Are you
stuff in
drinking all that? I can drink it. I'll drink hers when she's done, so we don't waste it.
Okay.
Oh.
How far away is it?
I can see it.
Emma, your feet, baby.
Oh, now it's okay?
No, I'm just gonna I'm gonna walk on my
Alright, just don't hurt yourself, okay? There's rocks over there. Here, let me do it.
You go with her. She wants someone to go with her.
Here.
Oh, hold on. Do we really need to record this? What do you think?
Yeah, sure.
Sure? You think we'll sit down and watch this together one day? How old do you think you'll be when you're interested in watching videos with us from our vacations?
Wait, can I see the videos that we
Already stopped recording.
Alright. How do we even do that? Wait, I would have to come back here. Can we come back here tomorrow?
Why?
Because I like climbing.
A bit of a drive for that
It gets to the
There's the mountain right there. 3,000 feet. 3,000 feet. Maybe you can come back when we're old enough to do it. They won't let you up. Apparently, young lungs don't do so well. Thin air.
Let's go back here right on time for sunset. Wait, now I have to cross the street.
Well, sunset's in 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah, true. Where am I tomorrow? We come here in like 10 minutes for sunset.
There's Lucy over there.
So you promised that
Is that Lucy?
we cross the sunset here tomorrow?
No, because we'd have to come back. I mean, we might be able to pull that off. One day we're going to go to Volcano National Park. And on that day we might come back this way. Alright, there we go.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got some pictures. I sent you the picture.